The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, and welcome to the webinar this evening. I'm super excited to have you all this evening on this webinar. Congratulations for actually making it here. I believe that, I know for a fact that you will get a whole lot of information I'm going to share with you this evening that will help you grow your business using Facebook. So it is just gone 7:30, so let's get started. All right, let me just open up my screen here and we'll get going. Okay, hi everyone, I'm Kerry Fitzgibbon. Welcome to this webinar. I'm really excited to have you all here this evening because I'm not just going to show you my proven Facebook marketing system and one of the very latest marketing strategies that is, I believe, light years ahead of any other marketing strategy that we've been trying lately, but that I've been using in my own business and that of my clients too. But I'm going to show you how opt-in rates for free offers have more than doubled using the system. Conversion rates for sales have increased from 2 to 15 fold, and that's even with putting the price up. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, team. Oh, you have to excuse me. I'm just put children to bed, but I had to scoff some food before I put them to bed, and I think I just choked on that. So as I was saying, this marketing strategy that I've been using lately, I have been using in my own business. I've had opt-in rates that have more than doubled. I've had conversion rates for sales. They've increased 2 to 15 fold. And that's even when I put the price up in some instances, and I will show you how I've done that. And marketing costs have dropped to less than half. And in some cases, which I'm going to show you, have dropped by over 90%. So I'm going to show you some case studies on exactly how this has happened on this webinar this evening. But the really great news is it is actually really quite simple to implement once you understand the system, and that's what I'm going to show you over the next 60 minutes. But if you do really want to get the most out of this webinar, I'm going to keep it super interesting for you, but you do want to stay with me to the end because it is a system, and if you miss any key part of it, it will not work. So I hope you understand that. And I'm also going to show you at the end how you can get me to do this whole thing for you so you don't have to worry about it. So let's break it down. Here's what you're going to learn over the next 60 minutes. Why Facebook strategies that were working just 12 months ago and even 6 months ago now, very much so, are costly and out of date, costly and ineffective. I'm going to show you 7 steps. So like I said, it is a bit of a system here. 7 steps to market your Facebook business or market your business on Facebook. It's the right way. It's very different than what most business owners are doing. And the reason why I know that is I have access to cheapers. Nearly 1,000 accounts. Over my time, it's quite a few thousand, but at the moment, I've got access to nearly 1,000 Facebook accounts. I'm able to see what's going on. I have a lot of business owners approach me after they've been working with someone else or trying it themselves, and I can see what's happening. And it's like time and time again, I'm like, yep. So, I've seen definitely the wrong way to do Facebook, and I'm going to give you tons of examples of businesses who are nailing it using these strategies. I really love seeing case studies. I really love seeing and watching video businesses succeed, and I want to share those successes with you as well. So first and foremost, for those who have not met me before, why should you listen to me? Well, I guess what I'm best known for is I work with businesses all over the world and I help them with the latest Facebook marketing strategies. What I'm going to show you in this particular webinar, not many others are teaching or doing. The reason why I know this is that I attend conferences all over the world. I mingle with some of the top Facebook marketers. Some of them are okay, but what I was really shocked to learn at some of these conferences is that some of the experts are touting stuff that they're just regurgitating and not actually implementing. And if they've been implementing them, they would know they don't work. I eat, sleep, breathe this stuff, or sleep, eat, breathe, I am in Facebook, working in Facebook pretty much every single day. What I also, in my spare time, I run marathons, which means that I do a lot of run training. When I'm running, I'm listening to podcasts and training. What I do with that information is I then sit down and implement. And what works, I share with you guys. What doesn't, certainly you don't get to hear from me, okay? So that's what really, really frustrates me, is I do hear a lot of experts touting stuff. I've gone to these conferences where these experts have touted stuff, and I know for a fact that if they'd actually done it themselves, they know it wouldn't work. So what I'm teaching you actually really, really works. And I guess the reason why I am so passionate about this is, first and foremost, I see a lot of people getting burnt out there, wasting a lot of money on Facebook on strategies that don't work, and that frustrates me. And also because one of my main focuses is, when I use Facebook, it is to make money, not just friends. Okay, so it is a social network. There is a fine line between money and friends, and I certainly will believe in building relationships. But when it comes to getting on Facebook, using it as a business tool, I focus on making money. My background is as a journalist. I've worked in print, radio, and TV for over 10 years. The skills that I learned as a journalist was to research, dig deep, not take things at face value. And those are the things that I've done in learning this Facebook stuff, which I have now studied, implemented, and coached others in over the last 7 years. Now, predominantly social media marketing, but I have focused on specifically Facebook over the last 4 to 5 years, well known in Australia as Miss Facebook. In fact, a lot of people that I meet up with have got me actually in their phone as Kerry Facebook. There you go. So I've been doing this and using Facebook as a money-making business tool pretty much since it started, which is really, really cool. But I guess one important thing for you guys is that I do specialize in helping people build reliable, sustainable, scalable income streams from Facebook, not just one-off promos. So if you're looking at building long-term, sustainable, scalable business, then you are going to absolutely love this. Now, I want to make this a little bit interactive, so I'd love to know where you're at with your Facebook marketing for a couple of reasons. One, interactive. But the main reason is I want to know how to tailor this webinar. So I will speed up or slow down according to what your answers are and focus on certain parts of it. So that I can get a good gauge of where everyone is at. Now, over to the left-hand side of your screen, that would be the right-hand side of your screen, you should have a control panel. There's an orange arrow. If you can't see your control panel, you'll probably see an orange arrow. Click on that and it opens up the control panel. Inside there, you have a few functionalities. One of them is to ask questions, okay? So I'd like to get you all to ask questions or to leave a comment in there. So in this poll, what I would like you to do is, if you are a newbie, but you have not got a personal profile on Facebook, then can you please type in newbie? If you are a social Facebook user, so you use Facebook on a social level, but you don't currently have a business page, then if you could put in the chat box over to the right-hand side there, social. If you have a business page, but are currently not running ads right now, if you can put page. If you are running ads right now, but not making a lot of money, put FB ads. And if you are making lots of money from Facebook right now, I'd love you to put a whole heap of dollar signs in there. So let's have a look at some of the answers here. Okay, so we've got just started page, ads, but not getting results. Facebook ads, page. Hey, Karen. Facebook ads, page, social, page, ads. All right, okay. So we've got a mixture of page and ads here right now. Okay, cool, excellent. So we haven't got one social in here, but we haven't got any newbies this time around. There have been other times where we've got newbies. I'm like, how did you find out about me if you're a newbie? Okay, cool. All right. So It's good to know that's where we're all at. So we're predominantly pages or have run Facebook ads, but no newbies and no one that has made tons of money using Facebook. So that's really, really cool. This is going to be perfect for you guys. So I just want to touch on very, very briefly the importance of Facebook. I know you guys are on this webinar, so you understand it, but there's a few things that you might not understand in why it is so important that actually really, really helped me really focus most of my energy into Facebook advertising. So Facebook is, and then we'll get into the nuts and bolts. So Facebook is the number one website in the world, okay? Number one website in the world amongst all the websites, right? So what that means is that, well, 7 out of 10 website users are on Facebook. So what that means is it doesn't matter what industry you are in, your client is on Facebook. So quite often I'll get someone come to me, oh, but I'm a service industry, or I'm a business to business, right? Now think of it like this. No matter what industry you're in, your client is on Facebook. So people do business with people. So it doesn't matter whether it's a business owner or whether, whatever else, they are on Facebook. It's a matter of finding those people, and I'm going to show you how you can do that. The world's top brands are on Facebook. So that means that these world's top brands that are making millions and millions of dollars have decided to put their advertising dollars, and a lot of their advertising dollars, into Facebook, okay? So they have started pulling away from mainstream media. Now, if the world's top brands are doing it, you should be doing it too. It's a really good idea to start using some of their research and use it to your advantage. Here's a little thing that I often do. I'll go and look at some of the top brands in my industry. I'll take a look at what they're doing, and then I'll see whether I can mirror it to a smaller scale to my audience as well. Okay, so just do some research there. But we've also got a billion people access Facebook via mobile. Now, another little stat with inside there, so just to understand this for you guys, is that you need to go through the buying process with your website. So you need to have a look what it looks like on mobile, because people are looking at it via mobile. If you've got an e-commerce or anywhere where they buy off your site, you need to go through that process on mobile to see whether it works. Also with desktop, always check that out, okay? But the thing is what we find is a lot of people will search via their mobile phone. They'll then go back and buy via desktop. Or if it's a report or an ebook, they'll go search via mobile, they'll buy via desktop. So I'm going to show you a strategy towards the end here where you can get back in front of those people that visit your website via mobile but don't purchase. And then they may forget about you, which is not what we want. So 74% of consumers say they rely on social media to make purchasing decisions. So they're no longer going to mainstream media. They're asking their friends. They're getting recommendation. And what we're finding now is also new products are now discussed on Facebook first. So big companies are releasing their products. Honestly, it's the best place to do your research and development. Find out what somebody wants, or find out what your target market wants, and then give it to them. So one of the reasons why I absolutely love Facebook. But here's the deal. Most business owners are doing Facebook wrong. So here's what I want to focus on for you. So I want to go through the steps of the wrong way to do Facebook. Not that I want to focus on that, but I want to just highlight to you what most business owners are doing. And then I want to go through the steps for the right way to do Facebook. Now, I just want to get a little bit of a gauge here right now. I just want to make sure, A, that you can all hear me okay, and that I'm speaking at a good enough pace for you guys, because just want to highlight, in case you're wondering, is I am a Kiwi. We do talk a little bit fast, although I have been doing these webinars for a very long time now. But I just want to make sure that, I'm going the right speed for you and that you can hear me okay. So let's just get a little bit of a gauge here, and then we'll continue to rock and roll. Excellent. Thanks. Good. Great stuff, guys. Thank you. All my best employees is a Kiwi, my best. Excellent. Awesome, Dave. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. Great. That's good to know. Right. So let's go through the wrong way and then we'll go step by step the right way to do Facebook. Right. So first and foremost is they focus on building likes. This is what happens with business owners. Now, don't get me wrong. So you have a business page and then people like your business page. So they're called fans, and I want to relate to them as fans throughout this, intermittently with followers. Okay. So it means the same thing. Now, what happens is business owners will focus on likes and they want to get tons of likes at a very, very low price as possible, but they don't really worry about the targeting. It's like, oh, I'm just going to go out to everyone, okay? But here's what happens when that happens. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like to get followers or likes on my Facebook page, but I want them to be highly targeted. So when we're doing it wrong, they focus on getting tons of likes, but the result is lots of poorly targeted fans. Okay. Now, if you've got poorly targeted, if you've got poorly targeted fans, then so the next thing they focus on is reach. So when you do a post on Facebook, here's what happens. In the first few minutes of you doing a post on Facebook and all its little algorithms and little creature crawlies that work around in the background is probably the simplistic way I can put it. The algorithm is that what happens with Facebook is it goes, all right, so first and foremost, has this page got a bit of credibility? Has it been going for a while? Has it got, lots of engagement and stuff like that, right? So if you're a new page, you don't have all that, but you can still benefit, right? They'll go, all right, so we'll put this post in the newsfeed of a few people that like the page, and let's just see whether they react. Right now, if they don't react, so engage with the post, that means like, comment, share, or spend time on it, then Facebook goes, you know what, yeah, we're not going to waste the news feed of everyone else, we're just not going to show this post anymore. So it didn't get any reaction, didn't get any engagement, so we're just going to cut the reach, right? So that's kind of the simplistic way to how it happens. So if you're building up likes and then you focus on reach, as in, right, how many people is this post going to reach? Well, what happens is that if the likes are poorly targeted, so the people on your page are poorly targeted, they are not going to react to anything that you post, right? So the reach is poor since the fans are poorly targeted. Then what happens is that, and these are the probably more educated ones, go, right, well, the way to get more reach is to get more engagement. And so Facebook basically tells you, all right, so if your post has lots of engagement, then we'll put it out to more people, because obviously people are liking the post. So people try and increase the engagement. But here's what happens. They use irrelevant photos, videos, and memes. So everyone loves a good cat picture. And so you'll see them all over Facebook. Facebook knows that people love a cat picture. So if they see a cat picture, they'll put it out to more people. They like, but here's, right, I guess the thing is that unless your page is selling Whiskas cat food or cat products, then don't do cat pictures because they're irrelevant. So they use irrelevant photos, videos, and memes. Now, people will react to it. I mean, everyone loves a good, nice meme or funny or whatever else. They'll react, so you get engagement, then you get more reach, okay? But they're not truly engaged with your brand. Then what happens is that business owner goes, right, I've got all these likes, it's now getting the reach, tons of engagement, people love my stuff, now I'm going to try to sell something, okay? So they try to sell, but sales are low since the fans are poorly targeted and not truly engaged. So I hope you can understand how that all works. And the thing is that the result is lots of effort for very little return. There really is a much better way to do Facebook marketing. But first and foremost, I just want to walk through some businesses that I've helped before and a little bit of their story to give you some ideas of how this all works as well, okay? So first and foremost, we've got Sam. Now, Sam sat on this very similar webinar than you guys just a couple of years ago. In fact, I've been doing these webinars for a few years now. he sat on this particular webinar and he took loads of notes and stuff and took action, and he had 3 hairdressing salons in the Sunshine Coast that specialised in colouring. He implemented all the ad strategies and was spending $400 to make $4,000 a week. Sam didn't stop there because he's a super amazing action taker, I guess you could say Sam is. So he came up with the concept to ship to a cheese membership site. It's called Cheese Therapy. Okay, so using the same strategies that I'm going to share with you this evening, he set up Cheese Therapy April last year. He is now shipping over a ton of cheese a month. Now think about this. His subscription is around about $79 on average, and you get 4 little tasters of 4 lots of cheese, which is it looks really beautiful, and there's enough exactly for your money in that. But they're exquisite, amazing cheeses right throughout the world. So he ships a ton of cheese. He holds events all throughout Australia now. These events have 200 to 300 people. They are sold out, and again, the tickets are around about $69 to $79 a ticket. It's the wine and brie evening. Super amazing. And he's built a whole business on Facebook using the strategies that I'm going to share with you. I worked with this company here. They sell high-end juices and blenders, and one of the specific strategies that I'm going to share with you now, because they're high-end blenders and juices, they were a little bit more expensive than your average blender and juicer, okay? But they had a massive following, a massive audience, okay? So with remarketing, which I'm going to show you the exact figures later on, they were able to make an extra $33,000 a month with Facebook advertising. We've got Andrew and Daryl Grant, colleagues, mentors, and friends of mine. But so they hold workshops throughout Australia and the world, and webinars, and they teach people how to set up online businesses. Now, I help fill their events. Now, with the Facebook advertising that we've been doing and the exact process I'm going to show you here tonight, they're able to fill their webinars and their events, and they've made over 7 figures in sales every year from these events and webinars that we promote through Facebook advertising. Worked with lovely Campbell. Campbell is a real estate agent here on the Gold Coast. He is such a character. He is absolutely fantastic. We love Campbell. Campbell more sells more. So Campbell, what I really love about Campbell is he didn't know anything about Facebook. He was, basically, I don't even think he had a personal profile. I don't know anything about Facebook, but he was clever enough to say, hey, Kerry, but you do some stuff for me. So within 2 weeks of setting up his Facebook page and promoting, someone that saw him promoting an open home came to one of his open homes and said, you know what, really loved what you did on Facebook, and listed their house with him. And that was a $1.2 million listing there. So, and I want to share with you my story. So I don't just talk the talk, I walk the walk. Because of what I do in Facebook, about 3 years ago, someone said to me, you know what, Kerry, listen, I challenge you to setting up a Facebook page from scratch and making money within the 30 days. So I did that. I didn't even have a topic. I've been a runner since I was 7. At the time, I narrowed my running passion down to marathon running, and I came up with run marathon training, which I set up, and I recorded the 30-day process of me building this from absolute scratch. By day 21, I sold my first affiliate product and made money. So proved the concept. It then went on to make my own training programs, nutritional programs that I did a joint venture with someone. I now have a membership site, and I have an international sportswear brand of clothing now called Marathon Girl. Never mess with a woman who runs 42.2 kilometers just for fun, or 26.2 miles. This brand is sold throughout the world. I have a huge number of followers now, a massive community, and every single time I launch something, people scoop it up. I now have a membership site and training programs associated to this particular page. Now, it's actually just ranked up, but on average, it's been making me between $6,000 and $8,000 a month, and I spend around about 10 hours a month on this business. This is my passion business, okay? But we've actually just, I went to Canton Fair about a month or so ago, and and um, and have ordered a whole new range of clothing as well, which we're about to set upon the world. So super excited about that. So the reason why I was able to do this is exactly the stuff that I'm going to share with you today. I want to share with you Petra as well. She came to one of my workshops several years ago, came back the following year, and this is what she said. I'm a beauty therapist with a passion for natural therapies. I have an e-commerce business selling a natural teeth whitener. I started on social media just 18 months ago. Before that, I didn't even know what a like was. I attended Kerry's Facebook workshop a year ago, and Kerry helped me set up my business on Facebook. My daughters also helped me with Instagram. I've been now selling for 10 months. In month 3, I did 30,000 in sales. Last month, I did 65. I'm now selling in 55 countries, have a distributor in the UK. I'm a 2015 finalist in the Richard Branson Entrepreneurship Business Builder Awards, and I'm in the top 1% in social media sales for businesses under 12 months old. Based on orders I have in the pipeline, I'll do over 1 million next year. And I caught up with Petra, and she certainly did. So with all that in mind, let's jump right on in, guys. I just wanted to give you that little bit of an overview. So here's the step-by-step right way to do Facebook marketing. There are 7 steps that I'm going to run through. Some are a little bit longer than others, but we'll finish on time this evening. So step 1 is build your foundation. This is super, super important. We know it when we build houses and so on. Most people forget it when it comes to Facebook marketing. So first and foremost, the components to building your foundation are set up and optimize your Facebook business page. So you want to make sure you have a good thumbnail picture, and you want to make sure you have a really good cover photo and a good about section. Now, the about section on these pages should be about your end user, what's in it for them, rather than my business. This business is a family-owned business, been running for 20 years, right? So if I'm talking about my Run Marathon training page, my about section is love running marathons, like us, we help you train for your next marathon, blah, 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 right? So all tips and tricks and whatever for running your first marathon. It's about them. When they come to it, they go, oh, that's what they're going to do for me. You want to run an ad campaign to target your ideal client and build that relationship with them. So once we've got our page up, we want to get the people that are our ideal client, and then we want to turn that into a relationship. I'm going to show you, break this down even further for you, but these are the typical components to your foundation. And the third step to the foundation is to make sure that you have a page on your website. We call them opt-in page, okay, where people can leave their name and email address. And we want to have something that's high perceived value but low cost of delivery. So a really valuable free gift, because we want to take people from Facebook, we want to build the relationship with them, and then we want to take them off Facebook and get them onto our list. It is very important to do that because Facebook owns Facebook. You want them on your database, and the money is in the list. Now, this is a big aha, I hope, moment for you guys and anyone who has heard me speak in the past. The latest Facebook change is campaigns called like ads are so last week. Now, we used to run campaigns, and even up until probably about 6 months ago, and in some instances still today with some industries, I will still run them straight away. But we have a different way to get your audience initially, okay? So we no longer use a like campaign, so that's a campaign to get people to like our page, to find new and potential customers to build the relationships. Because once upon a time we could get likes, so people to like our page, for 1 to 2 cents, okay? Even under 20 cents is okay. But what we're finding for most businesses now, you'll pay between 20 cents and $1.50 per like, maybe more. Instead, our first step in our marketing funnel is we run a video view ad to find new potential customers, okay? So, and we want to build a relationship with those people. So what we do is we put a video on Facebook, We run an ad to that. Now what happens is video views, we can get eyeballs on our video from between 1 to 3 cents per view. Here's what happens with that. It builds way stronger relationships because people have watched your video. They've got to know, depends whether it doesn't matter whether it's a face video or a PowerPoint presentation video or however that video is, right? It builds a stronger relationship than a like ad. Now, after that, you can run an ad that is objective is to get people to like your page. So likes at this stage will be much cheaper when you advertise to an audience that's been slightly warmed up by watching your video. Now, let me just give you some stats around video ads, because here's the deal. Facebook is giving preference to video right now. Now, understand this. So Facebook and Google are kind of a little bit in competition with each other. Google owns YouTube, which is the world's largest video platform. Facebook wants to outdo that. So Facebook understands how many people consume video and wants people to consume the video on the Facebook channel. So if your page is producing video, then you'll get a lot more traction. And here are the stats on it. Because 100 million hours of video a day of video is watched on Facebook. Videos generate 1,200% more shares than image and text combined. So people will more likely share videos, and that really does give you free traffic to your website. Video ads have the highest of all click-through rates. Now, I'm not going to go into deep dive into a click-through rate, oh, excuse me, but, sorry team. Right, so a click-through rate is classed as people that click on your website divided by a number of people that have seen it, okay? Now, anything over 1% is good. Anything under 1% is average. So is not so good, right? So anything over 1% is classed as good. So 1.84 is classed as really good, okay? So that's on average. But you see, 4 times as many consumers say they would rather watch video about a product than read about it. So if you're doing video, then you're going to be steps ahead of everyone else and getting that nice, cheaper, warm audience. So the purpose of the video ad, it's not exactly what you think, okay? It is to help you identify your avatar. So what we mean by that is your demographics of your ideal client. Once you get a certain number of video views, you can go into the back end of Facebook and find out exactly who or the demographics of the people that have watched that particular video. Once you know who those people are, you can advertise directly to them. Now, if you know you're the demographics of your ideal client, so let's just say it's a 35 to 45-year-old female, okay? Right, well, how you would speak, as in the copy you would use, the images that you use, everything about that campaign, if you're running an ad or a post or whatever it might be, a video, will be different than how you would speak to, let's just say, a 35 to 45-year-old male. So if you don't have, if you are not marketing to your exact avatar, then they're not going to react. If they don't react, Facebook penalizes you and makes your ads cost more. So if people engage with your stuff and engage with your ads, Facebook rewards you because you're pleasing the end user and you're pleasing, and you're a business, so you're going to spend in advertising as well. So they will reward you for doing good effectively. So if you know who you're talking to and you speak directly to them with your ad copy, your images, even the color of your images and stuff, difference between male, female, and younger and older, then you can advertise and your ad costs will be dramatically reduced. So the purpose of this is to also build a relationship with potential customers because if they watch your video, then they're starting to warm up, okay? They're starting to recognize you, starting to get to know you. You've given good quality information to them. They start to learn to trust you as well. You really want to be giving them really good, top quality information. Now, it might be top quality information about the niche or the industry. So for me, if I'm talking about my marathon runners, I'm giving them tips on running their marathon, about nutrition, about hitting the wall, about the different types of shoes, all the questions that they're asking out there, all the problems that they want solved. I'm giving them useful information about that and then introducing them to products and services, okay? You want to get people to share as well. So you can get tons of free traffic from your videos as well, and people are more likely to share a video than they are anything else. We also want to get people to come and click through to a website, which is quite easy to do with a video ad as well. But the ultimate here, and what a lot of people don't realize, is that if someone watches your video, it builds as an audience in the back of Facebook. What that means is someone watches your video, you can use that audience of people that watch your video, so remarket to them, and we find that that's incredibly cheap because they've already been warmed up. So, a few cents per video view. So if we're just starting out in business, you might be thinking, okay, so well, that's all good. Like, so I've got this video, I've set up my page, I've got this video. Who do I advertise to, right? So if your business is brand new, you are just starting out, you don't have an audience right now, right? You're like sitting there going, yeah, I don't actually have anyone that likes my page. I don't have a database. I don't have buyers. I don't have anything, right? So your best audience will be what we call an interest-based audience. So if I'm talking about an interest-based audience, if I'm talking about my marathon runners, it will be not keyword marathon runners. It will be people that like the Boston Marathon page, people that like the New York Marathon page, people that like Gold Coast Marathon page. If I'm talking, you might be advertised to demographics, if you know your certain demographic of your clients. It might be people based on behavior and what they do. I'm going to go more into these audiences very, very soon. But if your business is brand new, those are the audiences you advertise to. Now, they are predominantly cold audiences, okay? But we warm them up with a video and then we get video views. If you already have an existing database, whether it be buyers or just a list that you've got of highly targeted people, then what you can do is you can take that database and you can upload it into Facebook and advertise directly to them. Now, I'm going to show you more on that very, very shortly. Just hold on there so that I can show you some examples. Right, so here's an example of a video ad. Looks like your regular old ad. You've probably seen them in Facebook, except it has a little play symbol here. You generally starts playing. It's when someone clicks on the play that you start getting your video view audience. So look stunning while you're running with your free Marathon Girl Good Luck Charm. This Marathon Girl shoelace bracelet retails at $25. Click here and grab your free bracelet right now. So make a push play. And then shop now. So that's step one. We've got our foundation, we've got our video views, and we're advertising to either cold audiences or warm audiences. So the next step after that is we want to actually put some relevant information or content on your website. Or if you don't have one, you definitely want to have a blog on your website or somewhere where there is content, because content is king and it's the best way to build relationships. So, and the thing is we want to take people from Facebook and we want to drive them off to a website, okay, eventually to build that relationship. So if you're going to post helpful information or tips and that on Facebook, on your website, here's what it might look like. So here's my website. I've got a few different articles on there based on what people need to know. So step one, foundation. Step two, you're going to post something interesting on your website. Step three is we want to put a Facebook pixel on every page of your website so that we can track visitors. Now, I know many of you might be saying, Gary, what's a pixel? Okay, so it is a small piece of code that Facebook gives us. So everyone has one. If you've got a personal profile, you have the ability to set up an ad account. And I know some of you were saying that you have ad accounts, some have just got a page, right? So you set up a personal profile through your ad account. And what happens there is that once you've done that, you get allocated a line of code effectively associated with your ad account. So when you put that little bit of code on your website, So it goes on every page of your website. And then what happens is if someone comes to your website, it effectively tags them and builds them into an audience for you. Okay. Now, this is the really, really cool thing. Whether a person is logged into Facebook or not, it will still tag them. Once they log into Facebook, you can build audience from them. If they come from anywhere else except for Facebook, so let's just say they've come from Google or you've sent them there or some other way they've come to your website, it still tags them. So it doesn't matter where they come from, doesn't matter whether they're logged into Facebook or not, you can track your website visitors inside Facebook with this bit of code. What you then can do is you can create audiences inside Facebook. So depending on which pages they visit, whether they come to a page on your website that sells running tops, then you can track them. If they come through to your thank you page after they've either purchased something from you or opted into your list, you can track them. Okay, so it doesn't matter where they land on your website, as long as that pixel's on every single page, you can track them. So really highly targeted. You then can set up rules inside Facebook. So the rules inside Facebook instruct Facebook to show different ads to different audiences depending on which page they've landed on. I will break that down and give you more details on that shortly. I just want to take you through these steps so that you completely understand this. So step 4 is to run Facebook ads to those people that viewed your video. So eyeballs on video, those audiences. And you want to get them, those people that are slightly warmed up now, to go to your website or to opt in, give you name and email address, or to read your content. Okay, so we want them to visit our website and we want to give them good quality content when they do. So this really starts to build up relationships. The reason why we do this is we want to trigger that Facebook pixel. So if someone lands on your website, it triggers a pixel, right? These people are hot prospects. They've now taken the time to A, watch your video, B, take action and come through to your website. Now, what we can do with that is we can build an email list. So if you could send them to a page where they enter their name and email address to get something high perceived value, you then can build an email list that we can later market to. You can build an email list that you can upload back into Facebook again, and that's your customer audience that you can advertise to as well. So you don't just have them now, you've had them watch your video, come to your website, give you their email address. They now go back to Facebook, and those same people are not just getting emails and however your marketing system is with emails, they're also seeing your stuff in their Facebook feed as well. And then what you can do is you can build audiences or custom audiences that you can use to create a look-alike audience that you can advertise to. I'm going to share a little bit more information about this look-alike audience, but it is absolutely amazing audience that gets a lot of results, and I'm super happy with the way Facebook is able to target people. Okay, so here's just an example of an ad that I might run to get someone to come to my website. Okay, so running your first marathon can be exciting but daunting. If you're contemplating running a marathon, I have the perfect 7-step checklist guide for you to get up and running and crossing the finish line of your first marathon. Trust me, it is so rewarding once you achieve that marathon goal. Grab a copy of my Marathon Girl Guide to Running a Marathon and discover how to train smarter, not harder, for your first marathon. Love, Kerry. And then I've got a bit of proof there. Marathon runner, PB 321, and Boston Marathon finisher. So a little bit of proof and why they should listen to me. So that's the type of ad. It's got a bit of emotion in it to drive them through to grab a copy, and I can build my list as well. And then they land. Note here, so my ad and my landing page, there is no doubt that they've come to the right place. And so I've got the Marathon Girl Guide to Running a Marathon, the 3 benefits of what they'll get in the book, and grab a copy now. So nice and succinct, and takes them through the process. So that after that, what can happen is step 5. So Now we can create highly targeted custom audiences that you can remarket to, okay? So we will then have video view audiences. We have people that have come back and liked our page. We've got people that have engaged with our page. These are all audiences we can build inside Facebook. We can advertise to people that visit our website. We can advertise to people on our email list, so our database, and those lookalike audiences as well. So let's break those down on how we can advertise to those people. So our video view audience, so that's eyeballs on your video, we can advertise to people. Actually, we can advertise to people that have watched 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 25%, 75%, 95%. Realistically, those 3 to 10 second video views, we would probably advertise to differently. We'd drive them to another bit of content. If they've watched over 25% and more, we might be able to drive them to take the next step, okay, rather than having to warm them up more. But we can advertise to people, those audiences who have watched the video in the last 7 days, 14 days, 60 days, 180 days, and so on. So you can understand how highly targeted and how warm and effective these audiences can be, because we can advertise to people based on how long they've watched the video and how many days ago. Because if someone's watched only 25% of the video, but they watched it 180 days ago, well, they probably don't remember you right now. So you might have to do something else to warm them up. So your message would be different. You can advertise to fans, so these people that like your page. Now, if people like your page, they're realistically giving you license to give them more content and make sure that's valuable content, okay? So they've put their hand up and said, you know what, I'm interested in what you do. This is something that I'm interested in. You can advertise to your email custom audience. So this particular audience are people that are on your database. So you can load them into Facebook and advertise to those people. Why would you want to do that, you might ask? Well, the open rates of emails have dropped off. Still effective, but have dropped off in many instances. So you want to get back in front of the people that don't open their emails, and you want to remind them inside Facebook, which they're scrolling every single day. We can advertise to your what we call website custom audiences. So this is an audience that has clicked onto your website, and it doesn't matter what page on your website they come to, you can advertise to those people as well. And you can advertise to audiences based on what they've done on your website. So whether they've visited your landing page, but they didn't opt in. Let's just say they've come to the Marathon Girl Guide to running a marathon and they don't opt in or give me their email address. They might go back to Facebook and see an ad that says, hey, I see you visited the Marathon Girl Guide to running a marathon, but you didn't grab a copy. Here's why you should grab one before you run your next marathon. Benefit, benefit, benefit. That gets them to take action. You can advertise to people that abandon shopping cart. 67% of people abandon shopping cart. What I mean by that is they go add to cart, but they don't check out or buy, right? So those people are gone forever unless you get back in front of them again one more time. So 67% of people do that, by the way. So I'm going to show you a really, really good case study of how one of my clients significantly improved, doubled his sales by just targeting people that abandoned a shopping cart. You can advertise to a behavior-based audience. So let's just say you're in a travel industry, or you can advertise to people that are currently traveling right now, who love to travel, who travel to beach locations or certain locations. You can advertise to people that are engaged, been engaged for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. You can advertise to people that have just had babies. There's pretty much anything you can advertise to there. And you can advertise to a lookalike audience of any of the above. So let me tell you a little bit about this lookalike audience. So this lookalike audience is an audience that is to 1% different than any of your warm audiences. So let me break that down for you so you can understand this. So imagine you have 100 clients. They have bought from you. These are clients. You go say to Facebook, hey Facebook, can you find me people exactly like these 100 clients? Facebook will go find people to 1% different. So basically they're exactly the same as your clients, right? And we'll go out and find, perhaps 150,000 people the same as. So that takes, your small list of clients to 150,000 people that are so damn similar to your clients that they might as well be your clients. And you can just advertise directly to them, right? So I get super excited about this audience because it has some massive results. Especially when you don't have a lot, as long as you've got 100 either on your email list, website audiences, video views, clients, then you can say, hey, Facebook, find me exactly the same, which is super exciting. Okay, so I hope you are excited by the possibilities with all this. I get super excited. I know you guys can tell it in my voice. It's because I have seen such great results, and I'm really happy that you guys took the time out tonight to learn this stuff as well. So I'm going to share with you very, very soon how a few case studies, as well as how you can get to work with me, and I can do this stuff for you as well. So let's talk about, the next one, which is step 6, which is remarketing to those custom audiences to build your people that like your page. Now it's going to build out people that like our page and also our email list as well. So you might be saying, now we know we've come on to a webinar about remarketing, but what exactly is it? Well, in the States, they call it retargeting. It's the same thing. It's my definition of it is stalking people who visit your website, and based on their action or inaction, you want to show them highly targeted ads. Okay, so let's just break it down to the fact that imagine if you were a shop in a shopping center and someone walks into your shop, they pick up the blue pair of stilettos, they try them on even, they put them back on the shelf and they walk straight out again. Okay, they are gone forever if you were in a shop, because you can't run down the street after them, and as they go into the clothing shop to try on the nice black dress, you can show them the blue shoes and how good they'd look with the dress. You can't do that. But that effectively is what remarketing is. You are able to, if someone comes to your website, has a look at that blue pair of shoes, doesn't buy it, goes off, comes back to Facebook, you can then start showing them those shoes again. You know exactly what I'm talking about, I'm sure of it, because I'm sure plenty of you guys have experienced that before. So the purpose of these ads is to target people who've taken a particular action with a very specific tailored ad. So what we're talking about here are, if someone comes to your website, they come to a page like the Marathon Girl Guide to Running a Marathon, and they don't opt in, then they're going to come back and see an ad that encourages them to come back and give me their name and email address. If someone comes into my store and let's just say they add to cart, but they don't actually purchase, so they abandon partway through the buying process, well, they might come back to Facebook and see an ad that encourages them to go back and buy. So I want to show you some examples of some remarketing ads. Now, I was lucky enough to work with Glenn Twiddle. He's one of Australia's top real estate trainers, and he's a celebrity in his own right. Happens to be like best friend with Arnold Schwarzenegger and hangs out at his place. But Glenn I met a few years ago. In fact, he was sitting on pretty much the same webinar as you guys as well. And Glenn came to me and he said, Kerry, I need you to help me. He said, I've got Richard Branson. He's coming and I can't promote it until a week and a half out of the event because I'm promoting another event and I can't mix the messages and I want people to attend the other event. So a week and a half out from Richard Branson turning up, and it is Richard Branson, but these people had already been heavily marketed to. He goes, do your magic, Kerry. So we did. This was the ad. Want to spend time with Richard Branson. He's coming to Australia next week. Last minute ticket sales are available to see Richard Branson and the Titans of Real Estate live on stage. Book now before another agent takes your place. Okay. So here's what Glenn had to say about that whole complete campaign. And since then, others that I've run, because after that, he came along to one of my workshops, and this is what he had to say after I've been managing some of his accounts. A couple of weeks ago, I was host to Richard Branson at one of my events. I had over 1,000 people attend. The reason I'm able to get those sorts of numbers is the help I've had from Kerry Fitzgibbon in my Facebook marketing. Kerry handled it all for me. Her Facebook skills were beyond good. Using her remarketing strategies, the results were incredible. My cost per conversion dropped by over 80%. From $97 to $197 to just $17 to $20 to get someone to come to my seminar. I can't imagine how much money I wasted back when I was doing it myself. I'm really glad I found Kerry and her unique skills on Facebook, and I could tell you how much money he was wasting because I was looking at his ad account. So here was the retargeting ad, or one of the ones that we used. Did life get in the way? Our spies tell us you were checking out the Titans of Real Estate event page, but you didn't register. Here's your last chance. Blah, blah, blah. Right. Now, the reason why this worked really well is that these were salespeople he was selling to, or marketers that he was getting to his event. So they saw this and went, oh, how did they do it? So anyway, filled the event up, and he made over $500,000 from that particular event. So step 7, the final step in the marketing system is, once you've done all that stuff, right, built the foundation, we're now building relationships, we're driving them off to our website, we're pixeling our website, we're building all these audiences, and we're remarketing to them, then we want to sell stuff. And so we can sell via our database, so our email, or remarketing ads to your custom audiences. So I want to show you a case study of Nick. He, again, was on this particular webinar, took action, set up retargeting ads, and these were the results after doing that. So ad costs dropped 23% after remarketing to the website audience. It dropped a further 62% after remarketing to shopping cart abandons. Facebook ads cost only 1/10 of Google AdWords. He was predominantly using Google AdWords. Monthly income was up by 46% in the first 4 weeks, and it doubled since he started remarketing. Okay, so I want to share with you some other case studies on how remarketing has worked as well. I was telling you about Andrew and Daryl Grant. They hold workshops throughout Australia and the world, helping people set up online businesses. One of the people they helped was Brett Thompson. He's a top copywriter in Australia. He was launching a new app and wanted Andrew and Daryl's help. However, they were in the middle of promoting a 4-day workshop, so they didn't want to give mixed marketing messages to their database. So they did it via Facebook. Okay, so in the campaign, we did remarketing ads, got 112 new leads in 4 days using Facebook remarketing. You probably can't see this, but the top audience is the database audience, and the next audience is the lookalike audience. A bit more expensive for the lookalike, but still great results. So on average, $2.68 per action, 112 actions, but they spent $300, right, to make $4,200 in profit over those 4 days. I really love that return on investment on those numbers. In this particular campaign, it was a Boxing Day campaign. We used retargeting. I want to show you the results of that. So here's the deal: spent $300 and made over $15,000. But the important thing to notice here is that these 3 audiences on the bottom are the warm audiences, and your website audience was right down to $4 to get a conversion. The average cost per conversion was $6. If they were doing Google AdWords, it was over $100 or more to get a conversion, which they still made money on, but this one here, they've just made a whole ton more. I worked with Lauren Clement. She's the most amazing Kiwi, but lives here in Australia on the Gold Coast as well. She's a branding expert, author and a speaker. Now, I helped her with some advertising. Here's what she said when she spoke at my workshop about the results that she got from taking action and working with me. I'm an author and speaker. I help people raise their authority. Last year, my books became bestsellers, so I'm doing the speaking circuit, but I was finding it hard to fill my workshops. As soon as Kerry switched on Facebook ads, I had full workshops. I already had a database, and Kerry plugged that into Facebook, and it all happened like magic. And the people that turned up to the workshops are the perfect audience. Even the lookalike audience is the perfect match. At my half-day personal branding workshops, I sell a one-on-one program with workshops filled from Facebook. I'm getting an 80% conversion rate. I spent $180 on Facebook ads, and that's turned into thousands. So that was through remarketing. We had Jake. Jake is an amazing personal trainer. Again, worked with him. He came to my workshop and said this: I've been running a PT business for 6.5 years. We have 22 locations in Queensland and Western Australia. We mostly use Facebook to bring in leads, and we've been working with Kerry for about 2 months now. On Facebook, we promote a 4-week intro bootcamp for just $47. Once people have bought, we upsell them to ongoing programs. Our continuity products bring in $20,000 a week. Since we've been working with Kerry, we've been able to reduce our cost per lead down to just $3.50. We have a 33% conversion rate to a long-term client with a value of $1,000. That means that it now costs us just $10 to make $1,000, 10 to make 1,000. That's good. That also makes it easy to license our business model to other PTs. Without Facebook, I'd be a typical PT trying to get my next client working a second job. So I now want to take the time. I hope that you are seeing the potential of what Facebook can do for you. I've given you a dozen different examples. Obviously, there's going to be a variation of success, but let's just take a few moments to show you how to be successful in Facebook with my step-by-step program. Now, there is probably a lot of questions that you have, so that is why I have put together the Facebook Profits Program. It comes in 3 components, and I just want to talk you through those at the moment. So that remarketing training that I was talking about, where you set the pixel up and you retarget people that visit your website, abandon shopping carts, and so on. What I've done is I've put together 7 tailor-made videos that walk you through step by step how to set up all the remarketing training and how to set up your goals and target the right people. So you've got 7 training webinars. I know that everyone works in different ways, so I've got a 67-page training guide for you as well. For those that like to tick things off as you go along, we've got a quick start cheat sheet resource report that you probably won't get through, but it's got like tons of links of places where I've researched myself. And if you're like me and you like to run or do exercise, I always listen to training now. I utilize that time. I have audios of the training as well. Now that component there is valued at $1,995. I have a component in there that is for free traffic, okay? So how you can make sales from Facebook without spending a cent. So in this particular component, it covers all the latest tips and tricks to getting good quality free traffic, how to increase your reach of your organic posts, how to post to get your fans or people to sign up to your email list, the new rules of Facebook posting and how to use that to your advantage, and some really quick engagement and monetizing tips for Facebook as well. And then we've got our third component. So that's valued at $497. Our third component is our how to create a Facebook business from scratch. I call it my beginner's course, but realistically, it's the exact step-by-steps that I have shared with you here today. It's the 6 training webinars, and then you go into your remarketing training, which is that first component I was sharing with you. So we walk through how to create and optimize your Facebook page, how to create a video view audience and build an audience, how to post on Facebook the right way for your best engagement. I show you exactly how to manage and post on your Facebook page, and how to use Facebook to specifically sell your products and services. Also, images, copies that convert, templates, and so on. This is valued at $1,997. Now, I hold workshops every year. I've got one coming up in February, and you get 2 tickets to come along to that workshop. It is a 3-day workshop where you immerse yourself in Facebook training, and everyone that comes along can. I've had people make like a huge amount of money just from implementing at the workshop, in fact. So it's really, really great 3-day immersion. Now, there's a hell of a lot of information I'm giving you, and that's because I really do want to make it a great program for you to be as successful as possible. So that is why I'm also offering you a one-on-one strategy call with me. I very rarely do these nowadays, but I'm offering this inside this program, okay? So you do have all the nuts and bolts, and now I give you the big picture of how it works specifically for your business so that you can get results heaps quicker. So the last thing I'm going to do is something really, really special. It's something I normally reserve for my high-level clients. They're people that pay me $17,000 or more. I'm going to give you 12 months of private mentoring from me as you implement, and that's as part of my exclusive private Facebook group. There's over 300 odd people in there, and experts like SEO experts, graphics people, experts of other social media channels. We've got copywriters in that group, all helping and supporting each other, and you get access to that. So as you go through your videos, you go into the group and you can ask as many questions as you want. So what I want to do just to wrap this up is just give you a little bit of a summary, and then we're going to go into questions, and I've got something super, super special for you as well. So you get the Facebook Ads Secrets Remarketing Training, the How to Make Sales from Facebook Without Spending a Cent program, how to create a profitable Facebook business from scratch, the one-on-one strategy session with me, the 12 months private mentoring, realistically inside my group, that's priceless because essentially you're getting private coaching from me. I'm there to keep you on track. Plus the what I've offered with this for registering is you get the 12 video set, which is one of my last workshops on how to use Facebook to grow your business. So the total value of all of this is $6,483, and at that price, it's incredible value. I really know you'll easily recoup the value in the increased traffic, the increased conversions and sales you'll make from what you learn in the program. But I do have something super, super special for you that's going to give you a massive discount on that price. I do need to ask you a favor. I am on a mission to be the go-to person for Facebook remarketing in the world. I know I'm one of the best here in Australia because of my successes I have. I also have speaking gigs, and I have been speaking overseas this year as well, and I have some overseas clients. But I really want to dominate. I'm a very competitive person. I want to dominate, and the reason why I want to dominate is I want everyone to be doing Facebook the right way. I don't want to hear horror stories anymore. And in order to do that, I need a ton more of case studies. So this is a win-win situation. You can get the entire program. Now that includes some latest training that I'll be just launching very, very soon over the coming weeks. And any training and support in the group and everything like that. So you can get the whole lot for just 4 payments of $297. So that's $6,483 worth of value for 4 payments of $297. But here's the deal. So I can use your success as my case study, and only if you love my course, I would love to get a testimonial from you. So what I'm going to do in the chat box here, and I've got something special for you very, very soon, and then we're going to open up to questions. I'm just going to put the link in the chat box. So let me know if you are having any problems with that, but the link is in the chat box for that. Now, if you do decide you want to pay in full, I will discount you further. You get the entire program for only $997. So one of the things, last things to make sure there are no excuses, and I know for many of you, this is the first time you've met me. You may be a little unsure about doing business with someone you've just met, even if it is such an amazing offer. So here's what I'll do. I'll include a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. This means that over the next 30 days, you can watch all the training, you can read the guides, the checklists, you can even do the strategy call with me, many questions as you want. You can go into the private mentoring group, and if at the end of the 30 days you decide the program's not for you for any reason, then I'll refund you in full, no questions asked. I simply cannot make it more risk-free than that. And I'll even throw in and let you keep the video of my last 3-day Facebook course. So what I want you to do is head over to the page I gave you. I've pasted it in the chat box. Let me know if you're having any issues finding that link, or if you're having any issues at all with that. So now there is something else I want to actually give to you guys, and it's I guess the deal here is I do actually want a lot of case studies. The more case studies I get, the more trustworthy and I am overseas. So I want to collect up action takers realistically. So I do love working with action takers. These are people who are keen to make things happen. I'm an action taker myself, and I have a track record to prove it. What I find with action takers is that they have the biggest results. So if that is you, and if you've got the biggest results, then you're going to make a great case study. So if that's you and you're an action taker, then there's something really, really special for you. If you join the program before the end of webinar, then here's what I'm going to give you, or actually, in fact, what I'm going to do for you. I'm actually going to build this all for you. So join before the end of the webinar, and I will be taking questions as well, and I will build your Facebook marketing for you. So this includes build, or if you've already got an existing Facebook page, I will optimize it, create your video view ads, and also set up those video view audiences. I will create your conversion ads. So these are the ads that take people either to an opt-in page or to buy from you, and set up your conversion ad campaigns as well. I will create remarketing ads, so copy and image, and set up your remarketing campaign as well. And then what we can also do is we can create and load all the necessary Facebook pixels onto your website so that you could do that retargeting as well. And then once it's all set up, we'll hand it over to you with the training on how to manage it. And of course, you get the support with me on managing it as you move forward. So the total value of the Action Takers bonus is $4,000, and you get that included today if you're an action taker. So head on over to the link. I've pasted in there for you. Just want to share with you, and then we're going to open up to questions. But Julie, she did my training. This is just a little bit about the training. Since starting the Facebook remarketing training a few weeks ago, Julie has 6 to 9-fold increase in traffic to her website, which has resulted in more sales. Annette helps small to medium enterprises. She has an electrician client of hers has increased traffic / costs and gotten 7 new clients in just 6 days at 50 cents per website visitor. It's costing way less than Google AdWords. She's got a mortgage broker client who's used remarketing to double page likes in 8 weeks and is generating new business as well. So you can get started today. It's just $997 or $297. And then 3 more monthly payments. And of course, if you take action before the end of the webinar, you will get the Action Takers bonus, which is where I set it all up for you. So we're just going to open up 2 questions right now. And if you've had any issues with finding the link, then make sure you sing out. Okay, so right. What do you think of those new Facebook lead ads, and do you think they work better than better than a page on your website? Okay. Yeah, Lisa. So, yeah. So I didn't actually speak about lead ads today. So there are different types of ad campaigns that you can run inside Facebook. One of them happens to be an ad campaign where you can collect leads inside Facebook. Rather than do it on Facebook on your website, which is obviously what you're referring to, where I was talking about it before. You take them off Facebook onto your website to get them to give you their name and email address, but you can do it inside Facebook. I find that lead ads inside Facebook work really effectively for getting leads, but your leads aren't as engaged with you than if you do drive them off and get them to take action on your website. So I use them if I haven't got a website. I will also use them sometimes to build up, a bigger database. But you just need to take them through a bit more of a process to get them to purchase from you because they're not as warmed up. So, can you help me build your website? Okay, Jason. Yeah, so can you help me build my website? Right, so I know website people, and there are website people inside the group. Inside the Facebook ad group that can certainly help you with the website. I'm not a website builder. I'm a Facebook guru. That's what I concentrate on. I concentrate on the marketing side of things. I have other people build my websites for me, but I certainly can lead you in the right direction and get some really, really good website builders for you and point you in the direction of there. Cell isogenics. Will this work for me? All right, so sorry, I can't actually read. Sorry, I don't actually understand what you're meaning. Hey, Jane, can you just retype that question? I think what you're saying is that you're selling isogenics and you've been told you can't sell it on Facebook. I can't see what you've read. I can't understand what you've typed there and the rest of it. So maybe you want to repeat that question. But I'm assuming that you're saying you're doing network marketing. Yeah. So typically you can't actually advertise specifically network marketing business on Facebook. That's the rules in Facebook mean that you can't do it. But there are ways around it, and I work with actually quite a few clients. I've worked with doTERRA, isogenics, and a few more oils and stuff like that. And we focus on the product, and then people love the product and they convert into the business. So that's typically the way we do it in the better funnel, and you can get away with it on Facebook doing that. But if you do try and sell the business, you can actually have your ad account shut down, and I've seen that happen before as well. Okay, so Karen, so where do you hold the workshops, Kerry? Yes, so Karen, the workshops here on the Gold Coast. I live on the Gold Coast in Australia, so I do hold the workshop here. I think it's the second week in February at Mantra Legends. Really beautiful place. So the reason why I hold it here on the Gold Coast is why wouldn't you want to come to the Gold Coast? It's amazing. So that's where the workshop is, Karen. So hopefully, you can come across. Okay, Matt. Uh, okay. Right, Matt. Yep, you're an Aussie Importing Club member, already have access. You do have access to some of this training. You want to assist us in setting it up for you. Well, this is probably, yeah, so this actually is there a package just where you set up for us? Yes, Matt. Even the Australian Importing Club people, you guys get, obviously I give you the training and do some graphics for you. In terms of setting up, so to set up someone's Facebook marketing, typically I charge $4,000 to $5,000. So there is a package just to do that. However, if you get it on this particular promo, because it's got the training and everything, this is actually the most affordable way that you can get me to set it up. Even as an Australian Importing Club member, this is the most affordable way you can get me to set this all up for you. So I would suggest that strongly. I can share some more information with you at another time, Matt. But I'd suggest that you do jump on this. You've got the 30-day anyway, and you can actually have a chat to me tomorrow as a member. But I can explain in detail why I'm saying that. So, Dave, the how far apart are four separate $297 payments? They are monthly. Okay, so you pay $297 this month, and then you not until a month, and then you pay the next lot of $297. So the next lot would come out mid-January sometime, and then mid-February and that. So you've got plenty of time. And way I sort of look at it is that you can start making that back that money with what you're implementing and learning, and this sort of stuff. You'll be, paying this off as you go, or making the money as you go. Yeah. Rightio, Vicky. So the price, I think I might have covered that, Vicky, because you're part of. I knew I saw your name there. So you're part of one of my packages there. I'm assuming you haven't got this particular one. So you want to know what is the price for the bonus section itself? The price for the bonus section by itself. So me to set this up for you, the price for that is $4,000 to $5,000, just for me to set it up. So this is really probably the easiest way for me to help you there. Vicky, if you want any more clarification, feel free to contact me, because you are part of here. Dates exactly for February, Karen. Certainly, I can give those to you. I should know this off by heart. I know I've just got that many workshops that I'm presenting at, let alone my own ones, because I'm going overseas to speak at a few gigs as well. That's why I want to get some of these case studies in before we get going. So the dates of my workshop are the 9th, 10th, and 11th of February. So that's the 9th, 10th, and 11th of February. There we go. Right, so Narelle, do you need something like ClickFunnels or lead pages for landing pages? Yeah, so Narelle, I have a lot of clients that use ClickFunnels. I have clients that use specifically lead pages or optimized press. There's lots of different landing pages you can have. That ease, it's nice and easy if you've got one of those out of the box landing pages, but I actually have a web developer that builds them for me. So yes, you can have ClickFunnels, but ClickFunnels is, I don't know what it is now. I think it's $100 and something, it's US dollars a month. I may be wrong or right there, but you're better off actually getting your own website with landing pages. But the cool thing is, Narelle, is you can actually use lead ads in Facebook as well. There was someone that answered that question before. So if you don't have a landing page or a ClickFunnels account or a lead page account or whatever it might be, you can start off by doing an ad inside Facebook. That's nice and simple, and will get you started. Okay. Jen, nice to have you on board. I'm glad you got through to that link. Thank you. Oh, yes. So, David, yep, awesome having you on board too. Yeah, so what happens is when you do sign up, you'll click through. When you click on that link, actually, I'll post it in here too. Yeah, sorry, someone's. Here we go. You should see it appear there. Let me go back to questions again. When you do go through to the link, you'll be taken through. You'll click the option on whether you want to pay up front or for payments. Then you've got to click a little box that's got terms and conditions on it, accept, and then go through. You'll redirect to put in members area, and then you go straight to the members area. We can start watching the videos tonight if you want to, okay? And then all the instructions on how you can book in that strategy call with me and so on. So it's nice and simple to get through. If you're having any issues, make sure you let me know. Okay, Vicky, awesome. Yeah, oh, yes, you are. That's why I recognize the name. Okay, cool. Okay, right. So, Karen, can you go over the extra bonus of you setting up all ads? Is that for only if paying full price or do installment payments received? Yeah, sorry. Make it nice and clear. If you take action before the end of the webinar, whether you're paying upfront or in installments, I do the extra bonus of setting it up for you. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether you're paying installments, and it doesn't matter if you pay upfront. I'll get you. You're an action taker. I want results from you. Preferably before February would be great because I'm going to speak actually end of February. I'm going to a few conferences in the States and planning on speaking over there as well. So I'd love to take a few of you guys stories over there, success stories over there with me. Awesome, Lou. Thank you very much. I've just registered for your program. Good to have you on board. Looking forward to working with you as well. Awesome, Tammy. Looking forward to working with you as well. How exciting. Really looking forward to all that. So anyone who has signed up, I'd love you to just put in the chat box there. Tell me your industry. That'd be really cool. Just so I have a bit of background there. Okay, team. So we've got a few more questions here. I'm using Shopify right now. How do I put the pixel on my website? Yeah, so Shopify actually works really well with. Just for those that don't know, Shopify is a e-commerce platform, and it integrates really well with Facebook. In fact, Facebook now has introduced Facebook Shop, which means you can set up a shopping platform inside Facebook. Now, and they use Shopify basically is that. Now, if you are using Shopify, there is a portion inside Shopify that you can load your pixel into it. So it's an area inside there where you can load your Facebook pixel. If you do sign up, here, listen, we can do that for you anyway. So all cool there. Okay, do you have a link for your 2-day workshop? Actually, Nisha, I don't have a link for my 2-day workshop yet. I've only just decided that I'm going to squeeze it in because I've had a huge amount of demand for it. I actually just held a workshop a few weeks ago, but a lot of people, there's quite a few people that couldn't make it. So I've had a heap of people say, Kerry, can you hold one sooner rather than later? So I've actually just squeezed in the 3-day. It's going to be 3 days, actually. Sorry, I keep saying 2. This one's going to be 3. The feedback I've got is people love the 3-day more because of the information and how deep I go with this stuff, and they wanted it early. So sorry, Nisha, I don't have a link to it right now because I have only just decided I'm going to be holding it, and I haven't got the page up yet. As soon as I do, you'll I'll let you know. Okay. Okay, Karen. So you currently have someone managing your account for the next 5 months, but want to sign up. Listen, if someone else is managing your account right now, I'm happy to work with them. And if they're managing it, then we can set some things up correctly, and then they can go ahead and manage it from there. Happy to train them if or help them with it and that. What I find, to be honest, is that there's a lot of people that will manage accounts. They're called social media managers, and that's what they are. They manage a whole lot of different accounts and different channels, but they don't necessarily specialize in Facebook. So I've actually trained a few social media managers inside to work with Facebook specifically because it's changing all the time, and it's really hard if someone out there is trying to do every single channel. It's really hard for them just to specifically specialize in Facebook. So Karen, up to you, what you want to do there. But if you want me to help them to run your campaigns a bit more effectively, happy to jump in and do that as well. Oh yes, Vicky, of course you're motocross, of course, I knew that. Yep. Okay, so. Oh, this is a good one, Nisha. I hope I'm spelling your name correctly or pronouncing your name correctly. I won't try your last name, but beautiful first name. So, how can I target friends and families of vegans? So, I don't know how many people you have on your page, but of all the people on your page, and if it's a vegan page and you've got specific sorry, there was a big loud thump upstairs. I've got kids up there. So if you've got specific a page targeted to vegans and you've got a certain number of fans, well, you can target friends and family of fans of your page. What I suggest you might want to do, because I'm guessing that you want to target people that are for Christmas presents and stuff like that. So if you've got those fans on your page, then you can target friends and fans of your page, and that's how you can do that. Also, a good lookalike audience as well. If you produce a lookalike audience of your database, your buyers, and whatever else, it will automatically pick up some of your friends and families of that person as well, because typically Facebook sort of knows that, okay, some friends attract friends are very, very similar. So hope that helps you. Lou, of course, you're a course designer. I'm a course designer of the Academy of Sales, Sales Psychology. And you want to go international via Facebook too. Yeah, awesome. I run an online directory. So Tammy, I hope you guys don't mind me reading these out, but I run an online directory of direct sales and sellers and network marketers to build their online profiles, both with basic listings, and we also have a blogging platform inbuilt so we can help them learn to blog about their business. That is such a good service, absolutely fantastic. Nisha, no, the course is actually in, and I think I might have already answered this, so sorry, I guess I have, but it is here on the Gold Coast. I actually just held one in Melbourne a couple of months ago. I never say never, but just the one in February is on the Gold Coast. But you certainly, honestly, that's the icing on the cake to come and sit 3 days with me. But if you can't make it and you don't think you can make it right now, don't let that be the deterring factor. We can sort some stuff out, but you'll get a lot of learning. You'll get me to work with you and set your stuff up if you do take action here tonight. So looking forward to working with you. Thank you. So the next exciting step, thanks Nisha, the next exciting step, Lou, is so if you've gone through to this sales page, you'll get a list of things that you should be doing to start. If you have any questions about that, you'll have our contact information, but basically you can start watching those videos straight away. Book in that strategy call with me, and then we can go through exactly how that can work for your business. But when you book in the strategy call for me, I do send you out a form. It does have a questionnaire on it. If you can fill that out, then I go away and I do all the research and stuff so that when I step into the strategy call, I can give you the best of the best about your business and the research that I've done as well. So that's the next exciting step, is go through, watch some of the video training. I do like you to watch some of the video training initially just so that you can get an understanding. If you already understand and you've already got ads, then you can jump straight to the, hey, emailing my personal assistant, organising a call with me before Christmas. But if you are new, it's really good if you understand sort of some of those fundamentals, so that when we step into the strategy call, it's about your business and not necessarily the stuff that I teach you in the training. It's about the strategy of this, how this all works in the roadmap for you. Mehmet, I'm so sorry about this, and I'm not sure whether that's your first or last name, but thanks, I ordered as well. High five to you. Really looking forward to working with you, and I'm really sorry if I actually did pronounce your name incorrectly. Thanks, Nisha. Thanks, Karen. Awesome. Thanks, Lou. Awesome, Karen. Nice to see that you're signing up now. Listen, just contact me, and I can go through how, obviously that can work with training your person that's managing it already. Oh, good, I did get that right. Excellent. Okay, team, we've hit 9 o'clock. This is I can keep going as long as you guys have got questions. I can keep going, but I do understand it is 9 o'clock at night now. You do get a last minute now to grab that action takers bonus. I will just run through that now to give you enough time to get those questions running if you want. If it's something specific about your business, I'm here for as long as you guys are here. If you've signed up, you get me anyway. So let's go. So some of the summary, you get that Facebook ads secrets remarketing training, how to make sales from Facebook without spending a cent, how to create a profitable Facebook business from scratch, that one-on-one strategy session, the 12 months private mentoring in my Facebook group, the video set on how to use Facebook to grow your business, and of course that action takers bonus as well, and that's all valued at $10,483, and you get it for $997 or $297, and then 3 payments after that, monthly ones. So sorry I just rushed through that, but Dave, I thought you might have asked that question before, or was it someone else that asked that question before? But yet, how far apart are the 4 payments of $297? They are monthly payments. So tonight, this time next month, this time the month after, this time the month after, and so on. So I hope that helps answer your question, Dave. Unless you were just putting that in again so that you could quickly grab your card and jump on board. I'm not sure. But hope that helps answer your question. Give me the thumbs up if you know that someone else might have answered. I might be forgetting things there. There's a few here. Okay, so if there are no more questions, this is good. You guys are awesome crowd tonight. Loved it. Okay. So one last chance to grab that grab the everything with the action takers bonus, which is the super special part. I love the fact that there's lots of action takers there tonight, or here tonight. Oh yeah, must have missed it before. I'm not even sure whether you asked that question, David, but if you did, you might have missed it before. Or cool, I've been going through all the questions. So they are monthly payments, and like I was just mentioning before, that I'm hoping that I'm helping bankroll this, because you implement some of the stuff and make that $297 back before you even have to pay for it, for that $1,000 back before you have to pay for it, which is my mission. Great, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, Vicky, certainly looking forward to having that call with you, Vicky. It's been a long time since we chatted. I'd love to see where you are at the moment. Excellent, David. Looking forward to having you on board as well. So what I might do is I might leave you to it, and thank you everyone for attending this webinar this evening. And I really do happy to be working with the action takers now. And yes, have a fantastic night. Hopefully that is all. There's still quite a few people on the webinar, so I'm just part of me is a little hesitant about hanging up or closing off the webinar, because there are so many of you. So if you do have any questions, you've got like 20 seconds more. Happy to stay on as long as you do. If you don't, just say, see you, Kerry, and thumbs up or whatever you want to say in there, so that I know we're all good to know. Good night, me. Oh dear, when I speak to you, you'll just have to give me that run right. See you later, Tammy. Lovely to have you here this evening. Awesome. Okay. Radio. Okay, team. I'll be talking to some of you very soon. See ya.